Leading off today is Reverend Robert Snyder, the Program Chair of the Midland Genealogical Society. Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Bob, where and when does the Genealogical Society meet?
We meet generally at St. John's Episcopal Church over on the corner of St. Andrews and Saginaw Road. Occasionally we meet back here at the library and the community room, which is where our March meeting is going to be because it's a joint meeting with the library. We meet at 7 p.m. and we meet on the third Wednesday of the month.
In December you don't have a meeting because of the holidays, but otherwise you meet through the school season?
Monthly through the school year, right.
And are the meetings for the members only, Bob?
No, we are open to the public, and we presently have about 80 members in the organization. But we're always interested in picking up new folks. I know there are a number of people in Midland who do genealogical research, but have never joined the society. And
as a member, I presume there are yearly or annual dues. You have a cost to be a member?
Our dues are well, they're $20 for a couple, $10 or $12 per person, and they're usually due by about the 1st of September when the program year starts.
And each of your meetings, is it a matter of the members getting together and sharing stories, or do you have a speaker? How does that work?
Well, this last meeting we shared stories. That was but that was the program. But most months we have a speaker on a subject of general interest to the organization.
What are the services and programs that the society provides?
We have a quarterly newsletter called the Pioneer Record, which is sent out to all members. A copy is also always available upstairs here in the library, in the genealogy room. We make a contribution, an annual contribution to the library to purchase materials for the genealogy room, usually in the amount of about $600, and we buy books and CDs and various kinds of materials that people can use to do research. The genealogy room is here in the library. It's at the back of the library. If you go in past the reference desk and turn right, it's kind of behind the stairway. And we have Genealogical Society volunteers there weekdays from 1 to 4 to help people do research.
Now, is there someone there every day, or if you are interested in getting some help, you call ahead to see if someone's there? Or is it
generally speaking, there is someone there unless there's a last-minute illness or something like that, so somebody can't make it. But now I'm gone for the winter, but I know there's somebody who's going to take my place on Thursday afternoon.
And that's for members, non-members, it's for the general public?
Anybody who's doing research. We have a number of things, collections in the room that people use. For instance, we have on microfilm all of the Midland newspapers back to 1872 on microfilm, so that people do a lot of research just looking things up in newspapers.
Sure.
And we're available to help them with the film readers and to find the films.
Well, what piqued your interest in genealogical research, and what keeps you interested?
I keep finding things that I never knew before. When I was a kid, my family used to come to Michigan. I grew up in Chicago, but when I was a kid, my family came to Michigan for the Rarick and Crockett family reunions. And I can't remember anymore if I actually heard a story or if I manufactured in my head a story that maybe were connected to the Crockett. And I decided at some point along the way that I wanted to find out. And began digging. I discovered that Davy Crockett was born in Greene County, Kentucky, and my Crockett's, or the Crockett's that are connected to my family, came from somewhere up in the middle of Maine and came directly to Michigan. I don't think Davy Crockett ever came to Michigan, but I proved that we were not connected, but that got me started. And once I got started, it's kind of compulsive. You get going on it, you can't stop.
And do you do most of your research for yourself and your family working its way back, or do you find yourself now doing a lot of research or helping with research for other people?
I do quite a bit of work with and for other people. We have a member of the society who was looking for a piece of specific information a few weeks ago, and I have a subscription to an organization online. And I had hopes that maybe we could find what they were looking for. Didn't work, but I had hopes. And I have done work for other members of the family. We have a number of friends we winter with in Florida, and I have several friends down there that I have done research projects for. One couple was a couple who have had all kinds of information, but had never collected it and organized it, and I put all of that together for them a few years ago and created a database.
It sounds like your interest is not just in finding out information, but chasing it down, the journey as well as the destination.
Well, yeah, for me, the detective work is what's fun. You never know what you're going to turn up. I stumbled yesterday on my great-great-great-grandfather's grave. I never knew where it was, and that was great fun.
Well, Bob, what's the best way to get more information about the Genealogical Society?
We have a website, and I think it's going to be posted on screen here as we do this, at mimgs.org. I can't remember anymore if we're still linked to Ancestry.com. I don't think we are. I think we have our own independent browser now.
And that website would have a phone number and or an email contact.
Phone number and contact information, or someone wants to just drop by the library some afternoon, you can usually get information. There are brochures available, and those brochures have registration information if someone wants to join the group. But we have a good time together.
Well, Bob, thank you for appearing on Community Focus and telling us about the Midland Genealogical Society.
You're welcome.
Our next guest is from Pivot Point with information on their programs.